This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on the Zone. Dev, thank you very much for giving me some of your time. I know I was a pain. I was trying to move you away from a light that was so bright we could only see your mouth. And
yeah,
I think people need to see the full Dev Sahni to get the full
about
effect
that.
of what you're saying.
That light was almost as bright as your future, Oscar. And glad to see you, doing well. I've seen you and Charlie stomping about at the Stomping Ground. So I think it's my Stomping Ground debut, and I'm happy to be making it. Good to see you. Good to see you up here in Birmingham.
Thank you, mate. Looking forward to a good week. Are we going to get a controversial debut on the Stomping Ground?
I mean, I can't imagine so. I'm trying to be good these days.
Is it my job to draw it out?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe. Just don't get me in trouble. I mean, I try not to get in trouble these days. I try and just not upset anyone and just go about my business. So, I can't imagine there'll be any controversy. Let's hope not, Oscar.
Well, you going about your business is causing trouble up here on the table. Two fighters directly looked at you and went, Dev, you're stirring the pot. Yeah. Zach Parker and Brad Pauls.
Yes.
You're just doing your job, right?
Absolutely. Like, why not? But Brad Pauls and Nathan Heaney, Nathan Heaney brought something else today. Actually, they're two of the nicest fellas in the world, not just in boxing, but actually on planet Earth. So it's always going to be a struggle for them to go back and forth or have a bit of a kind of bicker. But they have been saying stuff. Both fighters feel that they won the first fight. And Nathan Heaney's been getting all sorts of DMs from Brad Pauls fans. One of them he showed on the Queensberry stream just now. And yeah, he's got a bit of a bee in his bonnet. And he wants to settle the score. He feels like he had an easy first 7 rounds last time. He feels like there's no doubt at all that he won the first fight. Brad Pauls believes otherwise. And listen, let's put it to bed on Saturday. It's a great fight. First fight was Fight of the Year contender. And the second fight, hopefully we get another Fight of the Year contender. And Zach Parker had a little Dev, you're stirring the pot. Yes, listen, Zach, if you are around 175 pounds and sat up there next to Ezra Taylor, who was 175 pounds, and you are next to each other, I will be nudging you towards each other to have a little chat. Ezra Taylor gave Zach Parker a little bit of side eye when he talked about.
I was gutted they were both wearing glasses because I couldn't see like the full.
So
I wanted to see the real eye contact.
Yeah,
Do
see,
you reckon one was in response to the other?
I think. Well, the angle that I was at. So you wouldn't have seen the side eye because you could just see the glasses. The angle that I was at, I could actually see the eye. So I could see the eye go like that when Zach Parker was talking about it. So, hey, who knows? They may never fight, but it's a nice idea, isn't it?
Very. I will say there's probably one Brad Pauls fan who feels $1 million. They say that his DM has been shown, his abusive DM has been shown to Nathan Heaney. Probably feels like the number one Brad Pauls fan.
Do you know what though? That was quite funny because Nathan Heaney showed it, and the guy was like coming at him, chicken emojis, all of this sort of stuff, and then later in the exchange, revealed that he actually had Nathan Heaney winning. So, quite a strange exchange with this random Brad Pauls fan that Nathan Heaney has had on Facebook Messenger.
It doesn't get more internet boxing fan than calling someone a chicken and going, actually, I actually thought you won the fight.
Thought you won, mate. Probably just buzzing that Heaney replied.
Right. Do you agree with Nathan in the fact that Brad was, I don't want to say targeting him, but when they done the quickfire questions on either TNT or Queensberry, he used the word popular to describe Nathan. I think Nathan took that as, well, that's all I am and I'm not a good boxer. Brad probably didn't mean that. Or do you think he did? Is Nathan reading into that? Because he is popular. He even said I am.
Yeah.
But I guess he felt disrespected.
He is popular, but that's like it's like a kind of a blessing and a curse, right, for Nathan Heaney, because it's the same thing that Josh Warrington had for many years. When you are that popular ticket seller, you get branded as the popular ticket seller, and sometimes your skills and what you actually do and what you accomplish gets overlooked. And when it comes from another fighter, sometimes that can be a bit of a sticking point, and Nathan Heaney has clearly taken it as somewhat disrespectful. Out of all the words that you can call him in the world, you could call him champion. He is a British champion. You can call him all sorts of things, and he's gone for that. Hey, maybe it's annoyed him a little bit. Did Brad Pauls mean to have a go at Nathan Heaney? I would say absolutely not, because he's one of the nicest fellas I've ever met. And even up there, where I was trying to get him to go back and forth, Brad Pauls just wasn't having it. I think Nathan Heaney called him, he said he had an arrogant smile up at the presser. That was it, a smug arrogance. And Brad Pauls just like, oh, right. didn't say anything, did he? So, yeah.
You didn't expect it, and you could tell that by his response.
Yeah.
Chantel Cameron, Queensberry and TNT debut, someone you've always been a fan of?
Yeah, for sure. Look, she is the only professional boxer to have beaten Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is widely seen as the greatest female boxer of all time. If she lost to Chantel Cameron, what on earth does that make Chantel Cameron? It makes her a big
I'm sure
player.
you'll find a tagline to give her as we go on.
But she's
She wants to be the best 140-pounder in the world, basically, or she wants to cement herself as that. So this is the start of that again after the defeat, basically.
This is the step, and I think she's got an extra spring in her step. This is the first time that she is bouncing back from a defeat in her career, a defeat that she wants to avenge. She feels like Katie Taylor got the chance to avenge her defeat. Why hasn't Chantel got the Cameron got the chance to avenge hers? And she's kind of got that bee in her bonnet. She's got something to prove. I was watching an interview with her recently where she said that the thing that she feared for so long was losing, and now she's lost for the first time. She's kind of like a fearless fighter. So we are seeing a fearless fighter on Saturday, determined to get all of those belts back, and the first step is Ellen McCalled, WBC interim title, and we're very much on the Chantel Cameron train and very much excited about where it's going to go.
Mate, pull in. I'm joining you. Someone else who had a little bit of a bee in their bonnet, Mr. Daniel Dubois. I don't think, well, we definitely haven't caught up with you since then, seeing as it is your debut. How did you kind of take that? Because some people said it was a little bit forced from Daniel, but was he just trying to stamp his authority? Is there a genuine dislike from his angle to Anthony Joshua? Because Anthony Joshua is perhaps the kingpin when it comes to the names of the heavyweight division. How did you take the face-off that they done?
I just think, I don't know if there's genuine dislike. I don't think Daniel Dubois genuinely dislikes anyone. I don't think he would overthink it like that. I think that in that moment, he may have felt like AJ was trying to little bro him a little bit. And, you know, AJ could see him as little bro, because when they were sparring all those years ago, Daniel Dubois was like 18, 19 years old, and AJ was world champion or about to become a world champion. Daniel's always, what's the age difference here? What, 8 years? 8 years. So, of course, Joshua would probably look at Daniel as like a young'un, right? And Daniel Dubois was there saying, look, I'm 26 years old. I'll be 27 probably. I think he'll be 27 when they actually fight. I ain't that kid anymore, right? I'm a man. I've been through stuff. I've been through different things here. Don't try and little bro me. And I liked that. I like the whole exchange. I loved it from AJ because he knows how to get people interested. He knows how to sell a fight. And that little don't disrespect me kind of thing, that was good. But Daniel Dubois not backing down, that was really good too. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, the build-up, or the launch press conference and the response since has been brilliant. A fight everyone's obviously looking forward to. You mentioned that Daniel's now been through stuff and he's not a boy, he's a man, but we heard back in the day that boy knocked Anthony Joshua clean out in a spar. I think everyone, or every man and their dog has claimed to have laid some damage on Anthony Joshua in a spar. Has Daniel ever spoken about the spar to you, behind closed doors? Or?
No, nothing like that. Listen, I think...
I just thought, because Queensberry man, you might have heard some of the secrets and rumours that we don't get to hear.
No, when he first turned over, that was one of the stories, right? And listen, I'm not sure exactly what happened in that spar, but clearly something did happen where there's enough to run a story with. But sparring, right? And I think Daniel Dubois, if you notice around the build-up to this fight, he's not even entertaining it. He's not talking about it. He did talk about it several years ago, and you can go and look up those interviews. But he's not talking about it. I think he's got this feeling that it's kind of a little bit bad luck, because Hrgović, he was talking about it, right? And then Daniel Dubois beat Hrgović. Nathan Gorman was talking about it, what he apparently did to Daniel Dubois. And then Daniel Dubois beat him. So I don't think he's really interested in talking about something that happened 6-7 years ago. He's very much about now a completely different fighter who's ready to defend his World Heavyweight Championship. That's mad as well, isn't it? Like, that's where we are now. Daniel Dubois is the world heavyweight champion, defending his title against Anthony Joshua at Wembley Stadium. Looking forward to that.
How time flies in boxing.
Yeah.
One thing, Daniel is enrolled in VADA. Obviously, 258 management put that tweet out. I know there might have been a couple of, I don't want to use the word complications, I guess sometimes things take time. Just stirred the pot a little bit. Queensberry replied and said he is enrolled in VADA. You'll find out about that. But it was a little bit of a pot stir because you know exactly when that tweet is sent. When you press send, you know the response you're getting. Perhaps a little pot stir.
I think the whole thing it's turned into a bit of a non-story, really. We saw a tweet from one party, we saw a response from another party, and everything seems to be okay. So just seems like a non-story, and we move.
I saw a clip of Frank saying that they'll look to move into the US market with shows. Obviously, you've got Brandon Lee, Nathan Lugo. I don't know, potentials for Nick Ball to unify, maybe Zhang out in America. Loads of possibilities. That is really exciting, and I feel like something that perhaps could have or should have happened sooner.
Yeah, I think look, it's very exciting. Frank's been, in the US in the past. He launched the Showbox series on Showtime. It's nothing new to Frank Warren. But yeah, this kind of era of what he's doing as a promoter, it's a new step, and it's fantastic. If that is the case, if that's what those plans are, it sounds brilliant. And Queensberry are flying, and a good marquee signing like Brandon Lee, it feels like that gets things moving. He's going to be on the O2 in a couple of weeks as well, unbeaten. He'll be a world champion soon, or certainly challenging for a world title. And Nathan Lugo, this is a sought-after amateur. So, statement of intent from Queensberry. A US venture is nothing new to Frank Warren, and looking forward to what could come.
Yeah, I mean, looking forward to seeing Brandon Lee next week and seeing what he's about on these shores. So next week as well, Del Boy, Joe Joyce, going to be a cracker. No headbutts though, from one side.
It will be a cracker. It should be coming out tonight.
I know we say this about a lot of fights. Yes. I swear to God, it physically can't not be. It has to be.
Oh, it absolutely has to be. And it should be coming out tonight. Hopefully, we did a face-off, like a gloves are off type thing. So I was sat in the middle of the two of them, and
was you twitching basically? I
was surprised. Because I've seen Joe Joyce do one before with Joe Parker. And that was it wasn't the best one I've seen. Is what I'd say in terms of those face-off settings. But Chisora was really good, and they kind of poked and prodded each other, and there were things said in there, and it's quite a fascinating watch. It's funny, it's tense, it's a bit of everything, and it does help kind of build the fight. Chisora's got that. He's just about it, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? And I think we're just seeing that. We know what Derek Chisora is all about, and he will come for a fight. He will come for war. If Joe Joyce has faded as a force, if Joe Joyce is no longer the guy who knocked out Joe Parker, then Derek Chisora could have a lot of success. But if Joe Joyce can be that guy again, if he can take the Zhang losses and just kind of be like, the only guy that beat me doesn't look anything like you, Derek Chisora. The only guy that beat me was a 6'6" southpaw, quick hands on the inside, and I can deal with a Derek Chisora. Then he gets the job done. I'm fascinated because, especially when you hear things like Oleksandr Usyk saying he's never been hit as hard as what he was by Derek Chisora. Usyk isn't the sort of guy that just sort of mucks about and says throwaway comments for a headline there. He said that because he meant it. So Chisora can bang as well. There's a big overhand right that he throws. We've seen that against Takan. We've seen Joe Joyce get hit by overhand rights as well. Let's see. Can't wait.